Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Radio Geonosis, where we talk about Star Wars from a certain point of view. I'm Angie, and today we're going to be talking about some really hot happenings this week. Also, I am going to be doing interviews at Comic-Con Revolution on Sunday, so I will have that up on the show as soon as I get them. So let's get to our hot happenings this week. Disney has set it for three new Star Wars movies to be released in 2022, 2024, and 2026. That's crazy. It sounds so out of this world when I talk about those dates. It's funny. All right, The Rise of Skywalker will be released in December. Everyone's looking forward to that. I think it's going to be a great movie. I think we're going to see a lot of tie-ins from the first two movies of that saga, and then I don't know if we're going to see Rey again and how they're going to send her out, but you know what? It is what it is. The International Space Station honors Peter Mayhew for inspiring a generation of explorers. So they had his picture out there in the International Space Station. So that was really cool to see that. So I decided to put that into the hot happenings this week. Galaxy's Edge grand opening May 31st. And I'm pretty sure it's going to be crazy. You have to get passes to get in there. You know, if you have a Disney pass, you can get in to Disney, but you have to have reservations in order to get into Galaxy's Edge. And I applaud them. I talked about that last week. I applaud them for doing that because I think it'll keep it from being like a 6-hour wait to get on certain rides. You know, and I'm all for that. I wish I had gotten a reservation to go in, but I didn't. So maybe I'll be able to get in there in 2022. Who knows? All right, upcoming events. I'll be at the Angel game with, I'll be trooping with the Sith Dynasty, and that's going to be coming up next Friday, the 24th. On the 25th, I will be at the Paul Biani Library in Rancho Cucamonga. It's at Victoria Gardens. If you can go to this event, I definitely would go. It is so much fun. It's the biggest Star Wars read day in the country. I've gone to a few Star Wars read days. This one is the granddad of them all. So if you can make it out there, please do. It is a lot of fun. We're going to have so many people there from 501st, Rebel Legion, Saber Guild, Droid Builders. This is a big one. They also have all the Star Wars cars. So anybody who has anything to do with their Star Wars cars, they have them out there. There's also going to be there's going to be Star Wars reading. There's going to be face painting. We're going to be doing we're going to be doing 3 different shows that day. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Also, like I said, I will be at Comic-Con Revolution. That's in Ontario at the Ontario Convention Center. I'll be there on Sunday, May 19th. So I'll be working the Outer Rim Temple's booth with Saber Guild Outer Rim Temple. Also, the Big Bang ends this week after 12 years. I think they brought nerdom into the forefront of so many things, and I hope that it stays there because I just love all of it. I love the whole culture and world of that. I just absolutely love it. It brought me out of the closet, that's for dang sure. George Lucas celebrates his birthday this week, so happy birthday, George. Woo-hoo-hoo. Also, we are on the eve of the 20th anniversary of Phantom Menace. No Star Wars film has been thought about, debated about more than Phantom Menace. That's kind of a sad statement because, you know, we really judge this movie so heavily, but yet I love it. A lot of people don't. They don't like 1, 2, and 3, and that's unfortunate. I have said on the show when I talked with Aaron that I didn't really like The Last Jedi. I'm not a big fan. But I do watch it. So, I mean, it is what it is. I'm not a big fan, but it is what it is. And I guess a lot of people think that about Phantom Menace. I happen to enjoy those movies. It brought us so much. Come on now. It brought us Darth Maul. First time we're seeing a Sith apprentice. We're seeing it. And we're seeing that Sith apprentice fight two Jedi, which is something we didn't see in the other movies. So that's pretty awesome. We got Mace Windu out of it, a Jedi Master who is super, super cool. Plus, he has a purple lightsaber. Hello. We got Padme, Luke and Leia's mom, who are in like a cajillion costumes that I've seen at every convention I go to. So, I mean, it brought us so much. And Padme's outfits just go on and on and on and on. And I mean, they're so intricate and wonderful. Love them all. Plus, come on now, we got the sexy Obi-Wan Kenobi, which all the women drool over. I know I do. We got midichlorians from that. And we got to see other planets like Naboo, for instance, and Coruscant. I just think it's just, the movie opened up so much. It also opened up the door for how many books, I would say, that are in and out of canon. I have 150, maybe 160 now that I have in my personal collection that I think are really great books. We got clones out of it. We got other Jedi out of it. We got Ahsoka Tano out of just opening the door from Phantom Menace. We got all these other things. So I think the movie is a plus in so many ways. And like I said, if some people don't like it, well, I guess that's just them. But I enjoy all of the movie. I enjoyed the movie. We got pod racing out of it. We know that they gambled there, and like I said, it opened up the door to so much. And even though people didn't like the movie, just think about all the pluses that we got out of it. I like Jar Jar Binks. My husband likes Jar Jar Binks. And I think it's come around where a lot of people do like him. He was a goofy guy. And there was a lot of different things in all of the Star Wars movies that were a little goofy. So I say it's a plus. And I give George a bravo for doing a good story. We got to see Anakin, and we got to see him as a little boy, how he was found, and in all the different things, the different planets. We learned about that there were slave trade with people. We learned about the Trade Federation, and we also got to see the beginnings of how Sidious became what he did. So I say those are a plus, and give him a hand. Yay! Anyways, that's it for all the happenings this week. Like I said, I'm going to be at Comic-Con Revolution, hopefully keeping my fingers crossed I get interviews and be able to talk to people about different Star Wars things. Hopefully I won't erase it like I did from the Long Beach Con. So I hope I'm able to get that. And so when I do, I will have it up. So we'll see you soon. Hi everyone, and welcome back to Radio Geonosis, where we talk about Star Wars from a certain point of view. I am at Comic-Con Revolution in Ontario, and I'm with...
My name's Joe. I'm known in kind of the Star Wars costuming community as Lord Bruticus, and I'm a member of Saber Guild, and proudly so.
What's your number?
016.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Like, Joe, can you tell me how you got into Saber Guild?
Well, let's see. This is going back about maybe 10 years now, 9 or 10 years ago. And I was part of the original Saber Guild Temple Prime before it was known as Temple Prime. It was just plain Saber Guild in Orange County, California. And I sort of migrated over from what was, at the time, Orange County Star Wars Society. And they were sharing a park with Saber Guild. Orange Star Wars Society practiced on Tuesday nights, and Saber Guild practiced on Wednesdays, or it might be the other way around. But anyway, and I heard about these Saber Guild guys, and I checked them out, fell in love, and so I joined, got a custom Sith put together. I kind of had one already, but they helped me make it even better than it already was. And I became Saber Guild's first PR officer back in the day.
That's really cool. That's really cool. Now, I have actually done a few events with you, but my very first event with you was in 2015. I was dressed as Ahsoka, and I'm telling you, you had me in stitches that whole time we were there.
I don't even sew. How did I do that?
You were so funny, and you still are. I love seeing you on Facebook because you do a lot of cheesecake stuff, so it's pretty cool. And I love you as the Dark Lord.
As the Dark Lord.
As the Dark
Oh,
Lord.
as
Of
Sidious.
the Sith.
There you go. I have a Sidious outfit too, and yeah, I'm in the 501st Legion as Sidious and another costume that I have. But I wear that in Saber Guild, and you know, he doesn't even have to perform.
That's right.
I'm the sound guy for Outer Rim Temple. I do the soundtracks for all their shows.
And it's pretty cool. I'm having such a good time here today. It's a smaller con, but I really am enjoying it. And I think it's a lot better than a lot of the big ones that is so crowded you can barely walk or see anything. So I'm having a really good time.
Yeah, I've discovered that about the smaller cons. And really, Ontario Comic Con, I'm very impressed. It technically is a smaller convention, but really not I wouldn't say too small. I think I would say medium-sized. It's not crowded at all, but it's got a little bit of everything that you would want in a convention. I think whoever organized it really knew what they were doing.
Yeah, they did a really good job. Thank you, Joe.
You're welcome.
I'm with Juliana, and Juliana, can you tell me about your Saber Guild number, your costume, and how you got into Saber Guild?
Sure. My number is SG684. I just joined and got approved last month.
That's awesome.
I actually have been in the Rebel Legion for a while, and I actually have a friend up in the Seattle area who joined the temple up there. And she's like, you know, if you really like Rebel Legion, you'll really enjoy Saber Guild because you see the same people more often. You have a regularly scheduled meetup, so you build more friendships. So I was like, that sounds great. So I joined, and I had a Rebel Legion approved Ahsoka, so I joined with them, my Ahsoka.
That's cool. Now, what has been your favorite thing about this convention here? Because I'm really having a good time at Comic-Con Revolution. It's a lot smaller, but it's still a lot of fun. So what has been your funnest thing so far?
You know, I really like the size of this con. It's not too small and it's not too big. You can actually walk around and look at things without dodging people every 5 minutes. And you don't have to wait in a super long line to see the talent they have back there and get pictures with them.
I know. Wasn't that fun today?
That was super fun because, like, I know at the bigger cons you can be in those lines for hours and then they just pump you through and you get to say hi and take your picture and that's it. Where here you actually can have a small conversation with them.
Yes.
And you get to feel like you actually met that.
Yeah. Thank you. It's been fun so far.
Yeah.
All right. I am here with Steven. Can you tell me a little bit about yourself? Tell me about your Saber Guild number and how you got into Saber Guild.
Well, my Saber Guild number is 008.
Oh, that's so James Bond right now.
Yeah, I know. I'm a 00 apparently. But, wow. I joined back, it's been
That's in there.
actually, I think it's been 10 years at least that I've joined the club. And I joined with the 501st originally, and there was an event at the LA Fairgrounds in Pomona, and they were doing a charity event. So I'm like, okay, I went out, and I had a Vader approved 501st costume, and I get there, and they had already had another Vader. And I go, I didn't see another Vader signed up. He goes, oh no, that's with the Saber Guild. I go, the who? And the funny
Would
thing
that be
is,
Dupree?
actually, no, that was Darren, our first original Vader. So what happened was and Darren was a little miffed at it because he did a great show. But at the end of the show, he would come backstage, and I would switch. We would switch, and I would do the photos.
Oh, wow.
Since, remember, you can't have more than, there's only one Vader.
Correct.
So Darren did the show, and then he did great, but he was the only villain. So he fought all the Jedi. So he was rightfully tired, and it happens. Saber fighting can't take a lot out of you.
Right.
Especially when you're in a Vader suit. So he'd be tired, and he's like, I need to get some water. So we kind of did a handoff. He would come backstage, and I would go right back on.
Very clever.
No one knew the difference. that was the funny thing. No one knew the difference. And that was my first meeting with anyone with the Saber Guild. And then I found out where they were meeting, and I just started going to it. And one thing after another, I became an official member.
And now you are you're one of the global members, right?
Well, I recently, for 8 years, I was part of the global leadership. I was the number 2 in the club. This last time around in the elections, I decided I didn't want to continue as global. Not that I had anything against. It's just I was tired. It was 8 years of service. It was fun, but I wanted to give someone who hadn't had the opportunity to do it.
So you became a spirit ghost.
Yeah, in a sense. But I was also the local director of the Outer Rim Temple. So I stayed local leadership, but I decided to let go of the global. It was just, I wanted someone else to do it. I haven't done it for a long time, and I was tired.
And your table is awesome today.
Well, thank
I am
you.
with Temple Prime, and today I trooped with Outer Rim, and the table is wonderful. I took pictures so I can put it onto the site so everybody can see it.
I appreciate it, and the team's going to be grateful to hear that, because it really is a lot of work to set it all up.
He who was here at 2 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning.
I was here at 5 a.m. yesterday morning, because I remember last year they ran out of parking spots for vendors.
Oh, wow.
And it's like I was able to get in to drop everything off, but then when I went out to park, there was no spots. So this year I'm like, doesn't matter, I'm getting a spot, and I end up being the first vendor here.
Good for you. Well, being here at 5 o'clock in the morning does that.
It was nice. So,
well, thank you, Stephen.
Yeah, you're welcome.
He has been so awesome today. He got us an awesome picture with Starkiller. I cannot wait to post that.
And which I'll get that to you so you can do that.
Awesome. Thank you.
Anytime.
Anthony and I are here with Outer Rim today, trooping at the Comic-Con Revolution. So Anthony, I want you to tell me a little bit about yourself. So tell me your Saber Guild number and how you got into Saber Guild.
I believe my Saber Guild number is 6.
What do you mean you believe?
Yes, I do believe 623. I started out as an approved Sith, Darth. Yeah, I believe it's 623. I mean, I could always check, but that's another story.
For another time.
That's for another time. But yeah, I started out as a Sith way back. It's been almost 4 years. I can't believe how time flies.
That's just right. Me and you were approved almost at the same time.
Almost, yeah, I know, right? It's just, it's amazing how just, like, again, time flies.
You know, I do remember the very first time that I went to the park, you and Nick were there to greet me. I will never forget that.
Yeah, when it comes to having new people coming into the guild, I always want to make sure that everybody's welcome.
Keep going.
Like when it's because the whole point, in my opinion, of Saber Guild is that we're supposed to be a family, and a family is always welcoming, no matter what the situation. You know, it makes people feel welcome, very calm, and there's another word for it, but appreciated and accepted. Yeah,
right,
something like
right,
that.
You're right. It does. You know, you and I have fought together quite a few times, and he's actually taught me fights, and now I've choreographed my own fight with Jennifer, which I was really, really happy to do. And we used some of portions of your fight for that choreograph.
The Skywalker Prime, which is a template fight, which can be approved upon. I can teach it, and then you can make it however you would like. It's a blank slate. Also, to answer your question from way earlier, it's 200. My Saber Guild number is 247.
Okay, because I'm 218, and you and me were almost at the same time.
I don't know why 623 came out of nowhere. I think it was someone, some of the newer members, because I have been super happy to be welcoming so many new members, whether they be from Outer Rim or Skywalker, Temple Prime.
And hasn't this been a fun convention so far?
Oh, absolutely. This is my first year doing Comic Revolution, and I'm so down to do it next year.
Me too.
And hopefully they can allow us a stage so we can do a show.
Yeah, I'd like to see that too.
I'd be down for that all the way.
Yes, and we've got quite a few events next week, and we're going to be at the Paul Biani Library in Victoria Gardens, so I'm really excited. I'm hoping everybody comes out for that.
Yes, and ladies and gentlemen, if you're going to Paul Biani, don't miss it. You got to check it out.
Yes, there will be quite a few fights. So thank you, Anthony.
Thank you.
All right, I am here with Victor. Can you tell me a little bit about, he is part of the Mandalorian Mercs, so can you tell me a little bit about the Mandalorian Mercs and what they do, and what's your job with the Mercs?
So the Mercs are the third largest Star Wars costuming group in the world, right behind 501st Legion and the Rebel Legion. We are licensed approved by Lucasfilms, and we're first and foremost a charity group. We have our own charity called the Little Warrior. And basically what we do is we go out and we do work for our community. So anywhere from libraries to hospitals to schools, anywhere that's going to benefit the community and spread a positive message through our love of Star Wars.
And what is it that you do in the Mercs? What is your job in the Mercs?
My personal job, I'm the Verilor, which is the vice president of the Mandalore chapter, which is the LA chapter of the Mandalorian Mercs. So we're a worldwide club, but the Mandalore clan, we cover all of LA County, Orange County, Ventura County, and the Inland Empire. So basically all of Southern California, with the exception of San Diego. They have their own clan called Harengalar clan, so they handle that, and we handle the rest of Southern California.
How many members do you have worldwide, do you think?
Worldwide, we just hit over 2,000 members.
Oh, wow.
In our clan specifically, we have 53 official members.
Do you think you'll ever become a Saber Guild a lightsaber wielder?
With this club, no. But in my personal life, absolutely. If you look at my Google history, I have been searching for some lightsabers, and I am looking forward to joining other groups and stuff. I am an official member of Rebel Legion, and I am working on a snowtrooper for 501st Legion, and I do have interest in Saber Guild as well.
That's good. You know, you have a partner. You have your wife who can actually be a fight partner with you.
Yeah. That's another thing
that's another story for another time.
The choreography of Saber Guild definitely brings my attention as they focus on a different level of Star Wars costuming.
Yeah.
It's a little bit more than costuming. It's actually performing, and so that's what separates them from other groups. So that's definitely interesting.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
At least in my head, that's what interests me. I get to hit people with a lightsaber.
That's right. Hitting people. That's a true Mandalorian right there.
Well, we weren't all pacifists.
Well, thank you, Victor.
You're welcome.
All right, I am with Jim, and he is the person that got me into Saber Guild. He's the person that taught me how to do some of the fighting and also where I am today. So I'm really grateful. Jim is Master Toth, and he's the one on my very first Jedi cards. So Jim, tell me your Saber Guild number and how you got into Saber Guild.
Okay, my name, my number is SG77. And how did I get into Saber Guild? I was doing some cosplay research. I've been doing cosplay as a Jedi since 2004, and I like to keep updating my costume and finding new techniques to make better costumes and stuff like that. And I started doing the dreaded Google search and looking up stuff and seeing what's out there, and checking out the various groups. And I joined the Rebel Legion in 2007. And then through a Google search, I think Saber Guild came up as a search hit, and I started researching. And I go, oh, wait a minute, these guys actually perform. So I thought, oh wow, this is cool. So it took some time, but in 2013, I contacted the then global leader. Whose name is Rob.
The other Rob.
Yes, Rob Estrada, to be specific. And I learned about the location, which at the time was in Orange. Now it's in Buena Park.
Right.
And I started going to practices every Tuesday night. And it was a little far, but I kept going. And eventually, Steve Garber, who was the assistant global at the time, split off and made a new temple, or we call them temples, in Chino, and so it's a little closer. So that's when I started going there, and I became an official member in 2013, and I've been pretty much doing it ever since.
Yeah, because I remember I remember talking to Gabe from Rebel Legion. I talked to him at one of the events, and then I went home. I said, I want to do this. And then I went to work, and I was talking to one of the girls at work, Venetia, and she told me, well, my husband, Zeke, knows a guy. That's how it usually gets started. You know a guy. Mm-hmm. And so Zeke told me he knew you. So when you came to the restaurant, I think I pretty much ran you over to try and get that information. So I am really grateful that you did take me to the practices so that I could become part of this wonderful group. And ever since then, I have been having a blast. I've done so many shows. I've done library events. I've done troops. I've done parades. I've done all kinds of things. And I'm really grateful for the opportunity. And it wouldn't have happened had you not taken me there. So I am pretty grateful for what happened that day. I really am. And so that's why I put you on my card.
Well, I'm glad, and I appreciate that. And I'm very proud of what you've done.
Thanks.
And you do very well. And, your costumes are great, and your technique is good. And I'm glad to have brought you in because, it's great to, expand a club and that kind of thing. Right. But
it's what you learn through all of that. And what I've learned is, this is a huge community of people that do all kinds of charity work and they do it just out of the goodness of their heart. So I'm really, really grateful for that. And are you having fun today at the convention?
Well, of course I am. This is a fantastic place to be here at Comic Revolution, Ontario. It's not my first convention, but it's a little smaller, but it's more intimate.
Yeah, I like it too.
And it allows you to connect with people a little bit better, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
And it's a great way to reach out and to serve the community and give back, but also to make new friends, which is what I like to do.
Yeah.
It's sometimes hard for me to make friends.
But in this atmosphere, it is easy because everybody shares the same love for comic books. They share the same love for Star Wars or whatever they're into, whether it be Star Trek, Star Wars, Doctor Who is behind us today.
That is
so,
right.
And then we've got Anthony, who is part of Doctor Who group and part of the Saber Guild, so he's been dancing back and forth between the two.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, thank you, Jim.
I appreciate it.
I'm here with Jeremy. Jeremy from the Saber Guild. Can you tell me your Saber Guild number and how you got into the Saber Guild?
Sure. So I'm number 586, and the way I joined Saber Guild is I actually went to a con, kind of like where we're at right now, and I met somebody at a booth. I was kind of in a makeshift Jedi costume, and I got talking with them, and they told me about all the exciting events and stuff that they were able to do, and how helpful they were with each other making their costumes. And I was hooked right from the very beginning, and I started going to practices right away.
Yeah, and you inspired me to jump back and forth to do different events for the different temples, because you guys came out for the what's it called, the Big Air?
Oh, Big Adventure.
Big Adventures in Orange County last year, and because of that, I went and did an event for Outer Rim in a parade, and then you guys came and did WonderCon with us, which was absolutely great.
It was amazing. Yeah.
And then now I'm here at Comic-Con Revolution with the Outer Rim Temple. So I'm really grateful that we're able to go back and forth with the different temples with us, and it's a really big community that I enjoy doing events with. And I mean, what has been the funnest event that you have done so far?
I would definitely say WonderCon would probably be the funnest event. And like you said, I'm really grateful because we started doing all these inter-temple events where we're inviting, just because it's not in your area, we're just inviting everyone with Saber Guild. So you guys invited me to that, and we did probably the best show we've ever done, that I've ever been a part of. And it was just an amazing event. And if
you ready to do it again?
I can't wait till next year. Yes, absolutely.
Now we might be doing that for Comic-Con, which I really keep in my fingers crossed of.
Yes.
But if we don't, I know we'll be doing it again. Now, when I spoke to Steven was talking about possibly us doing a little bit of part of your show next week at Paul Biani. Mm-hmm. So I'm excited about that.
Yeah, I can't wait for that. I think us and Temple Prime, are both doing shows. So.
Yeah, and Skywalker will be there too. So we're going to have all three
Everyone
temples
will be there.
Yeah.
Great, awesome, cool.
Yes. Thank you, Jeremy.
Thank you very much.
Well, that's going to do it for the show this week. I hope you enjoyed the interviews. It was a really great time at Comic-Con Revolution. It's a really good size convention. If you've never been, I would definitely go. It was a good time. Good to see friends from Outer Rim, and I was happy to troop with them. So from all of us here at Radio Geonosis, we'll see you next time. Bye.